Hi everyone, it's John the Dyslexic Geek here. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the LEGO Ideas Hocus Pocus house. This set, which has 2,316 pieces and retails for £200, $230 or €230. I've been looking forward to this set for quite a while, ever since it got approved. I've been really looking forward to see what this final design would look like. When it was revealed a couple of weeks back, I've been really counting down the days to get hold of this. I was going to try and hang on for Halloween, but that's too far away for me. It's out now and I really want to build it. So I'm looking forward to building it, so let's get it done and I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on this set. Okay, let's first look at the minifigures. In this set we do get 6, starting with the first of the 3 witches, Winifred Sanderson. Really nice looking minifigure. I think the robe catches the light really nicely. Some really nice printing going on there. It looks really good. It does go all around the back, a little bit of detailing around there, which is nice. All these minifigures have 2 facial expressions, although on this one it's not a huge amount of variance between the 2, but there are 2 different faces. Next we have Mary Sanderson. I think this is probably the weakest of the 3 witches, and the print is not that fantastic, if I'm honest. We have this like skirt effect here, but yeah, it doesn't look quite. Looks a bit, don't know. It looks a bit messy, if you know what I mean. It doesn't go across. There's a few gaps. This one doesn't quite work for me, if I'm honest. I mean, I think it's probably the weakest of the minifigures in the set. But yeah, it does have 2 facial expressions. But yeah, not a great minifigure, if I'm honest. Next up we have Sarah Sanderson. Nice looking minifigure, some really nice detailing here on the top. Looks really nice. Not quite good as Winifred, but still nice. Comes complete with the green potion, and does have 2 facial expressions. So there we go. Next up we have Max Dennison. Not a huge amount of detailing on this minifigure, although I do like the printing on the jeans. That's quite cool. On the top, I like the sort of check pattern, and it's quite good. 2 facial expressions. I think they're 2 good contrasting facial expressions, so that's pretty good. Next up we have Alison Watts. Again, similar pair of jeans to Max, so that's pretty good. The jacket's nice. I do like the necklace. It catches the light quite nicely. Comes complete with a printed salt cup. Again, 2 facial expressions. And finally, my favourite minifigure of the set is Danny Dennison. I think this minifigure is super nice. I love the detailing on her top. It's so nice. I love the yellows and the reds and the blacks. It really goes really well. The hair and hat, it is a one piece, which is something I'm not seeing too often. But then you go around the back, you see more of the top. It looks really nice. I think it's such a nice detailing on this minifigure. Again, good facial expressions. But the hat and the hair is really cool. The hat's got little stars on it as well. I think it's it's a really nice little minifigure. I think it's fantastic. Also included is the cat, Thackeray Binks. Again, sweet looking little cats. So there we go. That is all the minifigures in this set, and they are pretty good for the most part. Moving on to the set itself, and I have to say it is absolutely fantastic. It really is beautiful. I think it's a stunning what LEGO have done with this. Now, starting with the sort of front gate sort of area. Now, when this was first revealed, I thought this was going to be a bit of an afterthought, but now I've seen it up close. It really does blend nicely with the set. It goes incredibly well, in fact. It's not an afterthought. There's more detailing here than I expected. You've got the gravestones here, which are really cool. They are stickers, which is a bit of a shame, but I think it's a really good effect. I do like to look at the sort of smoky, sort of grey look on the skull. The brick wall effect on here, it looks really good. I've got Thackeray Binks here, and the tree section. It's a really good. It really does work really well. I wasn't too sure when I first saw it, but yeah, even when you don't have it, you can see it. It sort of really does work far better than I expected. But yeah. So moving on to the set itself, the main part of the house. It is beautiful. I love the use of colours. It really does blend incredibly well. The use of this like yellows sort of and browns and reds and greys. It just looks really, really good. It looks. I don't know. I think maybe. I think it's a big improvement over maybe than the Medieval Blacksmith. I didn't think I wasn't expecting that. I do love the ramshackled effect on the roof. Really clever effect. It does looks worn and withered. It extends onto the side part of the house as well. It looks really, really good. We have the water wheel here, which does turn, and it affects these like plumes of smoke here, so it makes them rise and go down up and down, which is quite cool. But the only downside, there's no mechanism inside to control the water wheel. So the only way to get the water wheel to move, you have to move it by with your finger, which is it's a shame. Also there's like a little cock or something to spin it round, but not a major deal. But yeah, I think it looks fantastic. The front of the house, again, this like ramshackled effect. The use of the windows. There's a lot of windows in this set, but there's a few gaps as well, which is really does give the impression of a house that's dilapidated and worn. Really cool. I like the features down. The features down here looks good. The sort of paving stones look good. The sticker element here. The door is a sticker on both sides, but it don't bother me. It still it looks nice. It does work really well. Down here you got a little pumpkin patch. Yeah, the exterior really is really nice. So you have here a side part of the house which you can remove and reveal some details inside, which I quite like. Got like a little like fireplace, seating area. Yeah, it's quite good. And again, all sticker elements, but it's cool. I like the idea that you can remove this. I think it's a good idea. That's pretty cool. But what's really fantastic, I think, about this roof line is that it opens up. They're on pivots to reveal the inside of the house. I think this is just ingenious. I think it's a fantastic idea. I think I'd like to see on Lego do more often on these houses. I think the mechanism smooth, it's sturdy. You can hold. It's pretty good. Really is fantastic. So you can see inside you've got these hanging skeletons, which look really cool in cages. I love that. I think that's really cool. Even without moving, they move ever so well. They're on chains, so they move about. I think that's really cool. Not a huge amount of detailing upstairs, but I quite like that. It does. I think that's a really good effect. Around the side, you can do the same for this one, but you have to move the window frame first in order to do so. But yeah, I think it looks really, really good. Very, very clever from Lego. I think that's a great design. So moving on to the downstairs, onto the downstairs section. Well, here you have a couple of doors here that open up. It's pretty well packed and it's pretty well placed. You can see sort of various bits and pieces inside. Down here there's a light brick that lights up the cauldron. Not a perfect use of, it's alright, it's okay, but it's not the best use of a light brick. And obviously if you have the sort of door sections closed, you have no access to the light brick, which is not the end of the world, but still like I say, it's always nice to have light bricks. I say it's rather have them than not. So moving inside, you see the bit of the interior of the like museum. It looks really good. Here you have like a display cabinet with a book inside, which does lift open. I do like that. Let's have a look down here. A bit more of you see a bit more of the interior. It looks, it's quite tightly packed. It's just a shame there's no way to move the water wheel. But here we have another skeleton sat on the wall there. So that's pretty good. Yeah, really, it's pretty solidly packed, but it's hard to get your fingers in. It's quite tight for space. If that's the only thing I'd say. But yeah, down here you have like a till with like a spinning sort of rack of cards. But yeah, overall pretty good effect. So yeah, I think it's actually really good. In fact, I think I'm really pleased with it. I wasn't too sure how impressed I was going to be with it, but when I saw it in store, very impressed. But now actually be able to interact with it and play around with it myself, fantastic. Okay, so I have to say I'm super impressed with this set. Far more than I was expecting. It's certainly lived up to all the all my expectations of it. It's a really nice looking house. Blends. I think it's going to blend really nicely with the Medieval Blacksmith. I think it's. I can't say it's better than that. It's not. It's a different sort of set, but it's really it is up there with it. I think it's. I think it's a really nice set. I think it's going to. I think this is going to be one of those sets that's going to do incredibly well in years to come. I think it's going to be highly desirable. I think it'll be one of these sets in how many years this is on the market for. I think when this eventually retires in 2 or 3 years, I think this is going to become very collectible. I think it's fantastic. Some of the designs on it are really good. I just love this roof. I think that's really something I want to see Lego do more on houses. I think it's fantastic. Sort of thing maybe I'd like to have seen them do on the A-frame, and that would be the A-frame cabin. That would have been a far better idea than maybe the removable slats. But that's for that really that works for that set. But for this, I think this is really quite ingenious. It's quite spacious. It's quite tight inside. It's quite well packed, but it's not. It's probably quite tight if somebody wanted to play with it. Yeah, so I mean, I'm going to play with it, but. If you've got small fingers maybe, but it is quite tight inside, so it's not much room to actually play around with. But as a display set, it's fantastic. The water wheel is really cool. I'm pleased that's made it to the final design. I wasn't sure if it would do or not. It's just a shame there's no kind of mechanism. Sort of, it's a bit. Yeah, it's not a perfect solution. I don't. It's a bit having to use your finger to turn it around. It's not ideal. It would have been nicer to have some sort of like wheel. Maybe I don't know, attached somewhere inside, or I don't know, but it's not the best. It's not. That's a bit of a weak side of it, if I'm honest. And the other downside to it, I would say, is probably the light brick. The fact that you have to have these doors open to access it. So it's not a make or break, but it's probably not the best use of a light brick, if I'm honest. But the fact the light brick's there, and I'd rather have them than not, but. Yeah, it's not the best implementation of a light brick, if I'm honest. But yeah, super impressed. I highly recommend this set to anybody. If you buy it now or you're going to hang on for a Halloween, it'll be a great, really good Halloween build. I just think it looks really fantastic. Yeah, I adore it. It's really good. Yeah, so yeah, highly recommended. If you're considering getting it, I think it's definitely worthwhile considering. Yeah, definitely highly recommended. So let me know in the comments if there's a set that you're looking to get hold of at some point in the future. Do you already have it? Can I please ask you to leave a like? And if you enjoyed today's video, I'll be very grateful if you would consider subscribing today. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks very much for watching today.